Hello, well, welcome back to the Lynn Life. And today we are at Utica's Union Station. I'm going to give you a brief history of this beautiful train station. And we're going inside where there's a train show. So let's get going. My name is Jonathan, and I'm a caregiver for my wife Lynn, who has a permanent brain injury. Things are a bit different now, but we're doing the best that we can. Join us as we experience the Lynn Life. Behind me is Utica's Union Station, built in 1914. It's a gorgeous, beautiful train station. It was almost leveled in the 70s, and then in 1978 it went through a major restoration and has been continuing to be restored since. It's in very good shape. It's a very beautiful building, and it's got a very interesting history. Utica, New York's Union Station was built between 1912 and May 1914, replacing an older structure dating from 1869. The building was designed by New York architects Stem and Fellheimer. The station's blueprints called for the importing of columns that originally adorned Grand Central Terminal in New York City. There are 12 large benches, and they're heated by steam pipes and vents incorporated into the benches themselves, and they're still used by passengers today. Originally built as a New York Central Railroad station, 1 year later it became tenanted by the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad and the New York, Ontario, and Western Railway as well. As originally built, the station featured 6 island platforms serving 12 tracks for New York Central Railroad trains. All platforms were linked by an underground passageway. In its heyday, Union Station was a bustling transportation hub that served as a gateway to the city for thousands of travelers every day. During World War II, the station saw an increase in traffic as soldiers and military personnel passed through on their way to various training facilities and military bases. However, like many train stations across the country, Union Station saw a decline in passenger traffic as automobile travel became more popular. Today, Union Station is a beloved cultural landmark in Utica, hosting various events and festivals throughout the year. The station's main hall, with its towering ceilings and intricate details, has been the setting for weddings, concerts, and other special occasions, including a model train show. So we've entered the train station for the train show, and as usual, it's packed. Look at this. There's a lot of people here. A lot of people. It's always packed. I'm glad it's popular. This is a very popular train show. And it's got a little mix of everything. You're going to get train paraphernalia like these. I've bought some of these before. Brochures and things like that. Old and new. Different trains. Railroads. Northern Pacific. Nickel Plate Road. You name it. So it's not just trains. Well, it's a lot of trains. And we'll see what I end up with. There's some Lionel. My buddy Arthur is interested in selling a Lionel train set from the late 1930s. I was going to ask one of these guys what they think, or if I see something similar to it. I'm here with Justin. Hey, Justin. How you doing? We're just starting to go through. It's very packed, and it's kind of a narrow pathways between the passenger seats, the seats that people would wait in going to, for trains and whatnot. And gets a little warm in here too, as well, because you're dressed warm because it's so cold outside. But this is a good show for looking for little things. So you really got to paw through it. So we'll see what we come out here with. Right off the bat, there's some stuff here that I'm interested in. There was these buildings are sort of, I don't know what they are, they're cardstock or whatever. It's that was just a facade. Kind of interested in it, 15 a piece. We will see. I'm going to walk around first, maybe I'll come back to it. I just witnessed something very cool. One of the vendors saw a little boy looking at these Lionel trains. He gave him a locomotive. He says, here, you have a train set? He goes, yeah. Here you go. And he gave it to him. It was very cool. Plenty to see. Looking at, actually, let's go straight that way and around that way. I don't know if this is the guys at the Syracuse train show or another one like it. They have the train signs. Come around this way. They said it's kind of, yeah, I think it's the same guy. And they're cool. Look at that. Bailey Savings and Loan. There it is. I'm always looking at buildings. I love buildings. Here's the Amtrak ticket office. Right there.
Guess who gave you that train track? The train doctor.
Still operating. Another view of the train station during the train show. You really see the beautiful pillars, skylights and everything here. Beautiful building. Now let's see what we got over here. Some cool automobiles here. Die-cast, it's a 56 DeSoto. I think these are about 1/20th scale, somewhere in there. Utica State Wagon. Yeah, these are beautiful. There's a 58 Edsel. Oh, these are all Franklin Mint. Franklin Mint vehicles. I love looking at those. I have some of these. I use them for G-scale. There's also an old barber shop in here. Still open. It's not open today. But there it is, looking through the glass. Sorry for the reflection, but yeah, old barber shop in the train station. Very cool. It's been here forever. And I guess it switched hands recently. The original guy passed away or something. Fortunately, somebody purchased it. A beautiful old fire engine. Good size. I don't know what year that would have been from. That's I like old toys as well. You should all know that. Some old Tonkas. Another gentleman just stopped me asking me about my camera. Happens every time because it's so interesting looking and works very well. But Justin, did you find any cool Matchbox cars?
Really? I was kind of looking.
Looking over here. Yeah, you really got to paw through this stuff, and it really makes it fun too, to paw through these things and look for deals. All these vendors are willing to work with you. You know, if you give them a reasonable price, less than what is posted, they'll probably take it. Huh?
That one says execution in progress.
Let me see. So here we're by the signs. What does it say? Oh. Look at this one. Maybe I should get execution in progress. Isn't that interesting? Hey, look at that. Right there. Let's go Bills. Today. Today is the day. More antiques and train lanterns. And other things. You got books. What we got here? What a cool stuff. Little beer bottles, glasses. Little sports car. I guess these are some sort of plates and things associated with different trains. You got some old tickets there. This is Junior Junction train to Hobby out of Syracuse. I visited that store plenty of times. There's the shark from Jaws. The train doctor is here again. He's always here. Been here for years. He'll look at any scale, whether it's Lionel, HON. He's working on some stuff for these gentlemen here right now. There's a N scale working way out. Very cool.
Yeah, that's
got two trains passing. See, that's okay. There we go. Nice little modular setup. The Disney monorail. Moving slowly. You got the Contemporary. The gentleman very interested in it right here. Waiting for the trains to come around. I think these are battery operated. Got the Epcot. That's I think that's the Polynesian. And you got the Contemporary Resort here. Wait around, we're going to get it going through here. Coming around. It's time. Waiting for it? Little things. I think this was here last year. Yeah, the old whistle. I think that was here before. A Hancock air whistle. Model 4700. Wouldn't want to be standing here when that thing goes off. Other cool stuff here. Some old memorabilia, old tickets, name tags, books, all from Amtrak. A builder's plate. It says Pennsylvania Railroad Class TI 5549 builder's plate. Well, if you're looking for HO scale rolling stock, I think this is the vendor. And it goes way down. Yeah. I don't need a lot of rolling stock. If I find the right New York Central caboose, I might be interested. I don't know. I'm interested in everything. This vendor was just telling me they have a big train sale here in Utica on March 1st. So probably we'll be attending that, and it's mostly HO, which is good. So maybe I'll vlog it. I don't know. Maybe not. Saturday, March 1st. It's not far away from me, so I'll mark it on my calendar. Justin and I are gonna have lunch in the Trackside Tavern here in the train station. There's Justin. There it is. Oh, you're gonna have a cheeseburger or something like that, right? Justin's happy. He was asking, are we gonna get something to eat? Took my coat and hat off because it's warm.
Yeah.
getting really warm in here. But it's kind of unique eating here in the train station. It's always been a bar and restaurant here, but I've never eaten it. I think I have been at the bar before, years ago. Maybe it's something for work or something like that, a work luncheon or something like that. But here, I'm going to show you another little vantage point. We're eating right here in the station. It's really such a beautiful location. The bar over here, bar area. So, yeah, neat. Okay. Nice basic cheeseburger. Got a little ketchup there, some fries. Looking good. How's yours, Justin? You have it? Take a bite? Good. All right. Okay, we've had our lunch, and that was a very good lunch too, actually, a solid cheeseburger there. And I went back to what I looked at earlier about those little buildings, and I made a purchase. It's really cleared out. It's about 1:30 now. This goes to about 3. I'd say if you're coming, I'd recommend coming a little later. Anytime after lunch, because it's nowhere near as crowded as it was earlier. And I like it. So that's when I made my deal. Plus the vendors, I got a pretty good deal on these buildings. I'll show you them when I get back in the car. But I got a pretty good deal on them because it's at the end of the show and they don't want to go back with this stuff. So I recommend coming a little bit later, maybe a couple hours before closing. All right, we're outside right now, and I notice there's an Amtrak train over here. I want to see if I can get a quick shot of it, and also show you the old locomotive. I've showed it to you before, a year ago. There's an old locomotive over there. Show you here. That's where we're heading. See the old New York Central 060 over here, and shows you a little bit of both. So you have that, and then behind it, over here, you got a couple guys in front of an Amtrak train. Those are sleeper cars, right there. Oh, and it's taken off. Here it goes. So a little old and new. There it goes. The last car is the baggage car. So that's heading east towards Albany, New York City. Cool. Okay, Justin is shooting for me. These are the two buildings that I purchased. They're similar, but a little bit different. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-story buildings. These are just the facades. There's sides as well. Made by, what are they made by? 6-story office, backdrop. GC Laser. Yeah. Well, I have a place for this. I have a place for these, so looking forward to putting them. Now he wanted $15 a piece, so we're looking at $30. I asked him if he'd do any better than that. He goes, maybe. And then he waited for me to give him an offer. I said, how about 25? He goes, sure. So, yeah, I love talking with the vendors. I talked to a bunch of them off camera, and I talked to some about the Lionel stuff because my friend Arthur's got one for sale. Talked to them about that. No one had something like his, didn't see anything like that. But as far as pricing, they said best go on eBay because it's worth whatever someone's willing to pay. Originally, I quoted him. I said, you know, it looks like that's worth about 600 bucks. That might have been a little bit cheap because I'm seeing brand new ones in there for $600. So, all in all, that was it's a great train show. I would go a little bit later, like we ended up right now. It's still going on now. It's a lot less crowded. When we first got there, it was packed. We got there around 11 o'clock. It's now going on 2. And that's really, I think, the best time. So in the future, I think I would go a little bit later here. And it's a little more enjoyable. The train station is a delight itself. If you're ever in the Utica area or driving down, I would look it up and just visit it, especially if you're a train enthusiast. A lot of history, and it's beautiful. And that restaurant was nice. I like that little restaurant. There's a great little barber shop in there, which Justin is considering getting his hair cut there next. So we've looked into that. I think that's about it. Thank you very much for watching and sticking with us to the end. And we'll see you next time on The Little One.